Hey, I guess we're on. Oh, what are you doing there? I'm Captain Bob.
I'm Arlo.
And again, we're from Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio, and we're going to talk about our blob today. So,
We're going to be talking on the blob, not about a blob.
about a
Because
blob,
again,
that's
this
true.
goes back to Steve McQueen.
Exactly. Whoa, the blob. So, something we want to talk about today is.
Another great topic.
Exactly.
Urgent.
Always.
We must talk about this
Yes,
stuff.
definitely. Okay, then let's do that.
What is it?
TV shows.
Yeah.
Now, when you're watching some of the TV shows pertaining to cars and motorcycles,
Yeah.
what draws you to them? Now, like Counting Cars.
Counting Cars
Look at
was
that,
one of the
yeah,
early ones
yeah.
that came out. You and I get asked a lot about the celebrities on the shows, and we ask a lot about why do you like these shows? I mean, what drew you to those car shows and motorcycle shows?
Yeah.
What was it about it? And what kept you there, and why do you keep coming back? And so that's what we want to talk about today.
Is it the subject matter about the vehicles? Is it the people themselves?
The characters.
Is it the fighting on the show and the hurriness?
Oh, I mean the arguing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
the drama,
Yeah.
or is it the funness about the show?
You know, you go all the way back to some of the first ones. You know, Orange County Choppers. I remember when that first came out. The like the way we did that slow mo, kind of like slow mo. Orange County Choppers. I mean, the son and father were always arguing, and
Right.
I remember we kept tuning in because we're a sick community. No, I mean because we hated the
You're right.
I don't know how to say it. We hated the fact that the father, you know, senior was so mean and
Yeah,
nasty.
right.
And I remember walking through a Harley Davidson store and everyone's talking about it, going, "Oh, he's a jerk, he's an
Yeah.
idiot," kind of thing. But we tuned in every week.
Exactly right.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. We're a
'Cause
little
you
bit
wanted to
sick.
see him
We-
throw tools. You wanted to see him yell and scream at
and
everybody.
belittle people. I
Yes.
mean, so in our way, we helped support that guy, and
Yes, exactly.
but it was so that was the drama.
Yeah.
And then we got kind of tired of that.
Yeah.
American Hot Rod's another one.
Exactly. Yeah. Boyd Connington. Yeah.
Boyd Connington, that whole crew, and Dwayne, and all those guys.
Now, to be
What?
truthful, also too, some people have asked us. They
Yeah.
said, Boyd was really kind of a really jerk on the show.
But
in real life, Boyd was a very, very caring, giving guy, and loved to do things for different charities.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same thing with the American Chopper.
No.
It's that it's sometimes the producers are looking for
Yeah.
the drama.
Yeah.
They want the drama there. We've talked to a lot of these.
Well, we
people.
know Joe Connington very well,
Right.
and she would always get upset because the producers, the people who edit it, so in other words, everything's shot, hours and hours of video being taken.
Yeah.
And then when they piece it together, it's not at all what happened in a way.
Right.
And then, that's the directors and the producers' right to do that. But Boyd was portrayed as someone who's always angry and upset and not a very caring guy. But we heard stories about him, not just from his widow, Jo, but from many people. He was a pretty cool guy. So now we have shows like
Counting Cars. Yeah.
Pointing to your chest.
Now,
Counting Cars. Overhauling is another one. I mean,
give us a call.
Counting Cars is about the character, the main character, Danny, who's addicted to cars. And he has a cool shop with some cool characters. Overhauling was kind of an interesting show.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that show because
Exactly.
they would take, pretend they steal a guy's car, and then over the week they would make it brand new, basically, and give it back to him. So it was all that beautiful emotional stories about when they got the car back and why they were doing it.
Now,
So
do you continue watching a show even though maybe some of the actors or some of the players have gone? They moved on.
Yeah.
We'll take Fast and Loud.
Fast and Loud.
We had KC. We had all those guys around there. Then
Aaron
it was
Kaufman.
and Karen Kaufman, right?
Aaron.
They left the show. Did you continue to watch it, or did you say I don't want to watch anymore because those guys are gone?
Right.
Or did you say I'm still going to watch the show because I still like just the subject matter?
Which
Then
right,
they went
right.
to Misfits Garage,
Right.
which were some of the guys from there started off their own show. You kind of wonder too, is it still part of that show or is it not part of that show?
Yeah, Richard Rollins is still part of
exactly.
it. So,
Yeah.
Did you like Misfits?
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I kind of like some of the cars that they built. I like to watch the shows because I like to see the finished product. We love the show Full Custom Garage.
That's our new
with
favorite.
Ian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Ian
one-man
Stossel.
shop. He's working all by himself.
Yeah.
Do you love to see, when you watch the show, do you like to see all the promotional people behind? All the different sponsors behind there because they're promoting all the products.
Ian's
Or does
not that
yeah,
at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
he's
at
just
all.
one guy building things.
Yeah.
and some really fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
He's just a nice guy, and him and I have something in common.
What's that?
This,
Oh, yeah.
not this.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but no, great guy. We love watching the show. We fell in love
Yeah.
with it. You know, you got Texas Metal out there now. You got Iron Resurrection, which we've had the pleasure of getting to know them
Yeah.
as well. The Martins, and what a great team.
You know,
And,
I look at it also
yeah.
too at a show. You know, you look at the vehicle they're going to build. Why is it always? And again, it's got to be the hype of the producers.
Yeah.
We only got 2 weeks to finish this car or this bike. We got to get it done because it's.
Yeah.
Why didn't you start it 3 months ago?
No,
You know,
because supposedly
because-
the client just
exactly.
walked in on it. you know,
Exactly.
kind of
But
thing.
yet, we've talked to some of these people that have said,
Yeah.
yeah, those vehicles really takes a long time to
Yeah.
build a very good vehicle.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
You know,
Fast and Loud
yeah.
started out by flipping things, and that
Right.
kind of started a whole trend.
right.
And more power to those guys, because Richard Rawlings really came up with a brand.
Yeah.
And I remember when they were still in the trailer, Aaron was over here in the old shop, and they had to piece things together. It was a lot of fun, and it still is a great show. It still is a
Beer
great
guy.
show.
Oh, no, that's right.
Oh yeah, the beer guy.
Talking about beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was down home. You know, that's what. And they did some fun things.
Yeah.
You know, with Smoking the Bandit, that type of thing. Iron Resurrection, as we brought that up again. Some of those shows. What I like is they're showing us the whole process all the way
right.
through.
Right.
And it isn't so much about the characters; it's about the build.
Very true, yeah.
And to see some of these people get in there, Dave Kindig.
Does a great
His
job.
entire crew is
Yeah.
wonderful. He's a great guy, and he has a vision for the car, and it's kind of see that it becomes real. He's very clear on his vision, and they just have a great time. Him and Kev Dog.
So, you know, again, with Wayne Carini, we're chasing classic cars. I love that because you
Right.
learn things about
Right.
some of the more vintage cars. You learn the pricing of these vehicles.
Yeah.
And he's very honest on the show also, too. And he's
Yeah.
a great guy, too, in person.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Dennis Gage, another great guy. We love his show because he's traveling at all different kinds of events.
I'm gonna say I'm pointing up. I'm gonna say he's the original.
Yeah, you're right.
Motor Week, which is still on.
Yeah.
We used to watch Motor Week, and then Dennis Gage with
Yeah.
My Classic Car. He's been doing this 20, almost 30 years, where he goes out to car shows and checks things out, and it's just a lot of fun because he took me to different parts of the country, and I could see different types of cars. And again, we've gotten to know him fairly well. He's a neat guy.
Jay Leno's Garage. Which is cool about that
Yeah.
show is because he dabbles into everything. It can be
Yeah.
into vehicles. It can be into motorcycles. It can be into boats. It can be into
Art,
yeah,
art,
airplanes,
campers,
whatever.
you
Yeah,
know, electric,
Yeah.
steam.
he's dealing with everything. So
He kind of fell into it. He he always was
Yeah.
kind of a car nut, and he just kind of made that into his own little show on YouTube, and then now it's an actual show
yeah.
on NBC Sports or something.
So
like
we're
that.
gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
What do you want to see in some up and coming new shows?
Yeah.
What interests you? What do you want to see? Give us a call.
Yeah,
There's our number again.
Yeah.
Put it really close to the screen there. Give us a call. Let us know what you want to see for some upcoming shows.
Yeah.
Because the producers are going to be coming up with new things this season,
Yeah.
and they want to know what people want to see. So let us know. Give us
we
a
do
call.
appreciate
Yeah.
your opinions. I know we don't always share them on the air, but we do get the phone calls and some of the messages. We want to thank everyone for doing that because we kind of compile that stuff and set it off to the side, and then we'll probably have one big blob where we'll talk about some of the responses that
Well,
we get from you all. But
We'll just throw something out there real quick. Last blob we talked about was food.
Yeah.
And we had some people that actually did, throw a response and said, hey,
Yep.
they'd like to see the different food trucks there, the taco trucks,
Yep.
things like that also too. They even mentioned a couple businesses that they'd like to see there.
Yeah.
So they want to see a mixture of all kinds of foods at these shows
the
too. So
hours
we
of the
appreciate
show,
that,
we
yeah.
heard from you about that.
Yeah.
Is that you kind of like them early in the
Yeah.
day so you can spend the rest of your day on Saturday or
There
Sunday?
you go, yeah.
Sunday seems to be the better day that we're hearing from
Exactly.
you all,
Right.
so we appreciate that.
Right.
So keep giving us that kind of stuff. So now we're asking about, your favorite kind of automotive related shows, and there's some new ones out there that are a lot of fun. And why? Why do you watch these things? Is it because you're learning? Is it because of the drama? Is it because of the characters that are involved? Is it because of the detail,
Or it's
just the
about
talent?
just the vehicle itself.
The vehicle itself,
Right,
correct.
exactly.
Right,
So
what
let us
they
know.
Because there's a Diesel Brothers, and we know they all work on
Yeah,
diesels,
exactly.
so kind of thing.
So
Yep. What?
I think we're going to end this right now.
Let's end this.
Yeah, so let us know. Give us a call, and we'll go from there.
That's right.
Thanks for watching our blob.
You bet.